Is it just me, or is this thing looking backwards? It's backwards. Why is that?
What do you mean?
Meaning this is over here, and this is over there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Why is that? Not that I necessarily expect you to know, but it just seems very strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, well,
This, this,
We'll find out.
I guess so, huh?
okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So are you gonna go do some inviting there?
Yeah.
Great.
Dylan is not Dylan.
Hmm?
Is,
I don't know if Dylan is coming or not.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Hey. Yes.
Yes. Something happening?
I'm
Streaming
I'm
it.
streaming it tonight for someone over at Cohen, and we'll see how it goes.
Wow.
I'm hoping to make it so that when people are not able to come, maybe because they're sick or
Yeah.
whatever the reason is.
So where's it gonna go to?
Well, there's
Going?
Oh, come on.
it goes to whoever.
I don't wanna be on it.
I'm not sure either. There's some right here.
Hmm. So I wonder who's gonna be Alan's replacement?
I think the lady said we had,
Yeah.
and that's, I could be wrong, but the same he's going. I knew you said was going this year,
Yeah.
so I didn't expect it today.
Hmm.
End of the month, January, yes.
He's a nice man.
Yes. I had like 6 people there for barbecue,
Wow.
so I got there.
Another table?
Yeah, I gotta get another game too.
Was there no? Good to get another table on?
No,
No?
because I said when anybody comes to, they could take my place.
Oh,
I just, but I'm glad because I teach them how to play.
yeah.
That's why I'm glad I did what I did. So
Do you know any of the people?
there's 2 new ones that was okay. I told them, just come over. But I always tell them, when you can't make it, call.
Does Margie still come?
Yeah.
So she's a regular.
Bernie's a Rose. There's another one from the senior from Beacon Street. And Matt Mackey, there's another lady. And Maggie, Deborah, and who else I'm trying to think?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
So do you stay on the same floor as the Bridge
Yeah.
Brothers?
Mm-hmm. Hi.
So strange how this.
Gonna be streaming.
Yeah.
To where? Where are we streaming to?
To the internet.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, the internet. Lord.
so there's a person over at Cohen, Toby. Hi, Toby. Oh, it's probably too early for her anyway. I told her 6.
Toby, which one's Toby? I think, do I know her?
You probably know her. She comes over here
This is one of
fairly.
our trips.
Oh, yeah, okay. I had to figure who's, yes, you're right, I think I know this.
right.
Well, she's on yesterday's.
So how you doing?
And you guys?
Okay.
How do you keep track
Everyone's
of
doing
those
well?
bills? How do I keep track of those bills? I
What you,
haven't been keeping track of them.
whenever you should, what you still, whenever you order,
Pick up.
pick up, write it down on a piece of paper when you take out, then you got proof or something. That's the only way I could think of. But go
Well,
one
so many
day,
lists of keeping track of things. I could maybe make circles on the calendar. All these days I did pick up.
yeah, maybe
But
this is,
$12, that means I did it 12 times?
because you got two, look like this, I see 3 pink ones at the, in my top.
Yeah, one was $12.
What?
No,
No,
that'd be like doing it 12 times. I haven't done that way since I've been here.
no. So Monday or Tuesday, you go down there and
Okay,
I know the door's open. Right?
yeah,
You know, but get it done, don't wait so long either. But from last year, that's what I can't figure out.
December. Well, I know it takes them a while to catch up.
I know, but still. It's the end of the month already.
You're right, end of February, end of January.
That's what I'm saying. I know Bernie said he's coming.
All
And you
right.
said he's gonna come for the service.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah. And what else coming out? I don't know anymore.
Did you go by today?
When the senior center was good then, I said, yeah, that's a nice.
Beautiful out there.
Yes, I know.
I managed to get you early anyway.
Yes. You're gonna see your daughter tomorrow, right?
No, Sunday.
Okay.
Well, he's getting to
I'm not sure. I gotta give Maria a call, find out what's going on. I thought she was gonna stay all night tonight, but I gotta find what's going on. I really got no plans for tomorrow, really, not much. Oh.
see the initiation
Oh, bury me now in the deep, deep sea. These words came slow and faintly from the pallid lips of a youth who lay in his cabin barn at the close of day. Oh, bury me not in the deep, deep sea, where the cold, dark waves will swallow me, where no light breaks through the darkening wave, no sunbeam find my silent grave. He mourned and pined till o'er his brow death's shades had slowly crept there now. He wished his home and his loved ones nigh, as the sailors gathered to see him die. Oh, bury me not, his voice failed there. They paid no heed to his dying prayer. They lowered him down for the dark ship's dark side, and above him crouched the dismal time. He bore no costly winding sheet to wrap around his head or feet. They lowered him down where the billows roll in the deep, deep sea, far from the shore. A girl unsure many tears will shed for the one who lies in the ocean bed. Above his heart the whale will hiss, and his pallid lips the fish will kiss.
It's pretty.
It is
I've
nice.
never heard that one. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's a
this
pretty
is
song.
before, yeah.
Very pretty song.
What's the name of it?
Bury Me Not. And there's a version of it that is there's a version of that song which is called Bury Me Not on the Lonely Plain or the Lonely Prairie, which was something sung, I think, by Johnny Cash. It's a
Oh,
more famous version.
Oh,
of it.
yes.
Yeah. I am a moonshiner, 17 long years, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer, and I go to some hollow and set up my still. If the whiskey don't kill me, Lord, I don't know what will. And I go to some barroom, drink with my friends, where the women they can't follow to see what I spend. God bless them, pretty women. I wish day was mine with breath as sweet as dew on the vine. Let me eat when I'm hungry. Let me drink when I'm dry. $2 when I'm hard up. Religion when I die. The whole world is a bottle, and life is but a dram. When the bottle gets empty, Lord, it sure ain't worth a damn.
Beautiful.
Thank you. All right. All right. So it looks like there's just enough people here. I have just enough.
Oh.
Do a little sing along here. It's not the greatest sing along song, but at least you'll have the words in front of you.
Okay, I like that.
Oh, thank you. That's great. So this song is
Thank you.
song is by a guy named Jason Isbell, who's he seems like a very young man, but he's been playing music for a really long time. And
Thank you, sweetheart.
he writes really wonderful
Oh,
songs that are more like short stories. You know, he's really great. So I'm gonna play this one, then I gotta go outside for a minute. I left the light on in the car, so
oh,
I'm
yes.
gonna turn that off.
I gotta keep it.
And where are the animals?
What?
Where are your animals?
The animals are home. They were tired today.
Oh, okay.
They did a lot of work today.
Because I love them.
She said, "None of my business." I gotta find the right the note to start is always hard for me to find. She said, "It's none of my business, but it breaks my heart. A dozen roses in my shopping cart." She says it's none of my business, but it breaks my heart. She dumped a dozen cheap roses in my shopping cart. Made it out to the truck without breaking down. Everybody knows you in a speed trap town. Well, it's Thursday night, but there's a high school game. Think I bottle up the peaches and forget my name. 5A bastards run a shallow cross. It's a boy's last dream and a boy's first loss. And it never did occur to me to leave. the night, and there's no one left to ask if I'm alright. Sleeping till I'm straight enough to drive, then decide if there's anything that can be left behind. The doctor said Daddy wouldn't make it a year, but the holiday's over and he's still here. How long can they keep me in the ICU? Fade through the skin like a faded tattoo. Was a top state trip until a decade back, when that boy wasn't mama caused his heart attack. Did he care about us when he was walking around, just pulling women over in a speed trap town? But it never did occur to me to leave till the night when I realized it'll never be alright. Sign my name and say my last goodbye, then decide that there's nothing here that can be left behind. The world got blurry when the sun came up, so I slept a couple hours in my pickup truck. Drank a cup of coffee by an Indian mound, a couple thousand miles from that speed trap town. 1,000 miles from that speed trap town.
Beautiful.
Never heard of
Thank
him.
you.
Has he done quite a few songs?
What?
Has he done quite
He's
a
got a
few?
lot of songs.
Does he?
Yeah, a lot, and they're all, you know, very few of them are, shall we say, light ones. You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
he tackles a lot of stuff. You know, drug addiction, rural,
Life.
you know, stuff.
Yeah.
There's a song he has called Cumberland Gap, which is all about how he's connected to his mother, and he can't leave the town because his mother's
Thank you.
relies on him. But
Hey, Tim, do you know where the tray is?
I don't.
It's not where it belongs either. I can't find it.
You know, it's probably in the freezer in
What's
the
that?
staff room.
That's not it there.
It was missing last week
No.
too.
It's a small one, a silver.
You can look in the staff. I'll look in the staff kitchen.
I
got
did.
it, but in the freezer. I think I may have put it in the freezer.
That's a good picture, isn't it?
Yeah, too. Because I think it got all waxy. I gotta find my
That's a good
keys.
Way to remove them. They're in the door.
Yeah, good. Okay, I gotta turn the light of the car off.
No, I don't want to see.
I TV didn't work half the afternoon. I was on the phone with Comcast. I'm gonna send somebody on Sunday. And maintenance wouldn't come up, and all of a sudden it went on like that without anybody touching it.
I don't know what happened.
I have no idea. It's no signal. No signal. I left it on for some strange reason. I left it on. And it went on just like
That's
that.
where
It's
it
not
was.
on.
Freezer.
No idea why it went. Also, no idea why it went on.
Oh, that little tray. Oh,
Does
yeah.
this light shut off when I close the door?
Yes.
You found the tray. Good girl.
Okay, leave it
Where
open.
was
Let
it?
me see.
In the cat, in the door there?
No, yeah, it's in the freezer.
Why did it be in the freezer?
Rabbi said he put it in the freezer.
Why did he put it in the freezer? Nothing was in
To
it.
get the wax off.
Oh,
But that
Okay, I
doesn't work
just,
too
I
well.
just set it off. Here's the tray right here.
Once you found it.
That's one I'm using. This one right here.
This one.
No, I used to, that's what that, drinks, I guess. This was this. Okay.
When 6 of us came down.
Mm-hmm. Guess Bernie said he was coming down. You must have forgotten, huh, Hetty?
Well, he did.
It's in a weekly schedule.
I told him about it. There's that announcement. He trying to get on the van to go to the food shopping.
It was full, wasn't it?
And, I'll tell you nothing on it. He does it to him every time
What?
to get on it. I've called them.
He doesn't call?
No, not too funny. You
You
can't.
better call, yeah.
All right.
All right.
You turn the lights off?
I turn the lights off.
Good.
All right. So since you guys are here early, you get the same
Oh, another thing.
another sing along.
Oh, I
Another
like
sing along
this.
song.
All right. Good, thank you.
Sweetheart. Okay.
That's right. Sit down. We could share.
Okay.
Hmm,
I thought everybody would be down here by now.
yeah.
What happened to- I just had the picture in front of.
No, I'm gonna.
Did it drop?
You gonna listen?
There it is, under your chair.
It did drop. Ah.
Must be down at 6.
All right. All right. So this one is called the Mary Ellen Carter. And the Mary Ellen Carter, as you will soon find out, is not June Carter
Oh,
Cash's
no,
sister.
it isn't.
It's a boat. It's a boat.
I know that was the kids either.
Yeah.
I know Tony Cass song.
She went down last October in a pouring, driving rain. The skipper he'd been drinking and the mate he felt no pain. Close to the 3 Mile Rock and she was dealt her moral blow. And the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. It just was 5 of water when she finally was awash. We wouldn't like hell to save her, all he did of the cost. And the groan she gave as she went down, it caused us to proclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter would rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She had 20 years of service, boy, and met her sorry end. But insurance paid the loss to us, so let her rest below. And they laughed at us and said we had to go. But we talked to her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 just floating at the dock. And with every jaw that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who love to rest and we're with her at the end, we'll make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. All spring now we've been with her, on a barge and really a friend. 3 times a day her heart had stood and twice I'd had to bend. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are snow. I'd never have the strength to go below. But we passed her vents, stopped her vents, got passion portal down. Put table to her fore and aft and loaded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and take the go straight. Then make a Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. That her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. And those who love her best, they were with her to the end. We'll make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. For we couldn't leave her there. You see, they crumbled into scale. She saved our lives so many times, living through the gale. And the laughing drunken rats who left her to a sorry grave, they won't be laughing in another day. And you to whom adversity has dealt us fire. final blow. With violent bastards lying to you everywhere you go. Turn to and put out all your strength, your arm and heart to pray. The legendary Ellen Carter, rise again, rise again, rise again. Though your heart is being broken and life about to end. No matter what you love, be in a home, a love, a friend like a Mary Ellen Carter, rise again, rise again, rise again. In their love, in your life without end. No matter what you lost, be in a home, a love, a friend like a Mary Ellen Carter, rise again. All right.
Yes, yes.
That's a
That was
fun one.
good.
Sorry, I got a little messed up in that last chorus there, but changed
We got through it.
got through it. I got to the end. The show must go on.
No, just two potatoes.
All right.
Thank you, dear.
So my goal is to learn a couple new songs every week. So
That'll be very nice. We'll like that.
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
you can walk in front. It
Oh,
doesn't
you
matter.
can.
It's just
Oh,
nothing important except it's okay if people don't see my face for a few seconds. And anyway, I don't think I don't even. Let's see if there's anyone watching at all. Let's see here. Nope, nobody's watching.
Oh, no.
No, I don't think at least. I don't think well, who knows? Anyway, Toby, if you're watching, we love you. We're so glad you're with us.
we are.
Yes, Toby.
Hi, Toby.
Have a good day, evening.
Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears while we all sup sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days have you lingered around the cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music alike gay, there are frail forms fighting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their beating looks to say, oh, hard times come again no more. That is the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. And many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. There's a pale, drooping maiden who toils her life away with a worn heart, the days are old. Though her voice it would be merry, 'tis sighing all the day. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around the cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. la la, ya ya la, ya la la la. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times, come again no more. Many days have you lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times, come again no more. All right. I think we'll sing one more.
Yeah.
One more, and then we'll switch over to service music. You know I can't be found sitting here alone. If you can't come around, at least please telephone. Don't be to a heart that's true. Maybe if I made you mad for something I might have said, please let's forget the past. The future looks bright ahead. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love. Maybe it's just you that I'm thinking of. Don't stop thinking of me. Don't make me feel this way. Come on over here and love me. You know what I want you to say. Don't be cool to a heart that's true. So why should we be apart? I really, really love you, baby. Cross my heart. Let's walk up to the preacher and let us say I do. Then you'll know you have me, and I'll know that I have you too. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love. Maybe it's just you that I'm thinking of. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love. Maybe it's just you that I'm thinking of. All right. Little rock and roll to end our sing along. We will do. Promise we'll do more singing alonging in future. So,
The Leslie interns, they've come up with quite a great songs. They're all protest songs, civil rights and
Really? Great.
Actually, can we make a copy of those sheets? We can reprint them here, the whole book.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm doing is all the little pieces of paper that I gave you today
Yeah.
are those things are things that I can throw up on the screen.
Oh.
And so my idea is to save paper,
That's good.
right? And
It's a good idea.
Like
so-
karaoke.
I just need to keep on doing that.
Okay, oh yeah.
And
That's a good idea.
so now what did I do with, there it is. Okay, so we'll open into the first front cover of our prayer book
Of course.
for 8 Dodim. All right. Hey, Dodim Kala, Dodim Kali, hey, Dodim Kala, Dodim Kali, hey, Dodim Kala, Dodim Kali, hey, To be holy, Abarecha Gefer, to be holy, Abarecha Gefer, to be holy, Abarecha Gefer, to be holy. Todim kala, oh yegani. Todim kala, oh yegani. Todim kala, oh yegani. Todim kala. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much.
All right. Great to see you,
Great
Renee.
to be here. New songs, I love that.
We'll keep on. I'm sorry?
I was walking on that.
Yeah, oh, good. That's fine. All right, good. So we'll turn to page 1. We'll invite Muriel to come forward and light the candles. We have a very cold candle tray sitting in the freezer.
Right.
That's when nobody could find it last week.
Please join me.
Yes.
Baruch
atah
Eloheinu
melech haolam, asher קידשנו מצוותיו, וציוונו להדליק
Good Shabbos.
Shabbos. So we'll turn to page 4. As we get ready for Kabbalat Shabbat, prepare ourselves to welcome Shabbat, to receive Shabbat into our midst, into our souls. So we'll sing together at the top of page 4. L'chur Adonai, Nariya Letzor Ishenu, Nekadam B'Fanav, B'Todah, Bizmirot Nariya Lo. We continue silently. The very bottom of page 4. Arvim Shana Akut Bedor Va'omaram Tu'ele V'Hem V'Hem Lo Yadu Derachai Asher Nishbati B'Api Imivon El Menuchati. Page 5. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, kol haaretz shiru l'Adonai baruch hu shemo vasavru miyom liyom Yeshuato saparu v'goyim kevodo b'chol ha'amim nifleota ki gadol Adonai u'mulam me'od norahu Al kol Elohim yalai 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 Turn to page 6. How wise is our tradition? Please join me. How wise is our tradition to command us to take time to feel joy. How wise is our tradition to command us to study Torah, and what joy it is to be guided by her words. How wise is our tradition to command us to seek rest on Shabbat, and what joy it is for our souls to be refreshed. How wise is our tradition to command us to kindle Shabbat candles, and what joy it is to marvel in their light. How wise is our tradition to command us to be mindful of Shabbat, and what joy it is to remember God's holiness. Light is sown for the righteous, joy for those who are upright. The righteous will rejoice in Adonai. Give thanks and remember God's holiness. Turn to the very top of page 7. O Ave Adonai Sinura Shomer nafshot chasidam miyad rishayim yatzilei Or zaru latzadik U'lishrei lev simcha Simchu tzdikim baronai Odu lezecher kodsho Mizmor Shiru L'Adonai Shir Chadash Ki Niflaot Asa Shia Lo Yemino Uzeroa Kodsho Odia Adonai Yeshuato Le'enei Agoim Gilad Tzidkato Zachar Chasdo Ve'emunato Lived Yisrael la 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 We'll turn to page 8, Psalm 99. As we get closer to Shabbat, our singing becomes interesting and sort of more lively, but also we have a little more time for contemplation. So we'll say Psalm 99 silently. Please feel free to use the words. or just to meditate on either what you're going to be taking into Shabbat, or you want to leave something behind, you can kind of remember what that was and say, I'll leave that behind in the week, go into Shabbat without it. Adonai Malach Yigazu Yoshev Runim Tanotah Tzadonai B'Tzion Gadol V'Ramhu Al Kol Ha'amim V'Hu Shimcha Gadol V'Norah Kadosh Hu. We'll come together at the very bottom of page 8. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu V'ishtachavu Le'akodsho Romemu Adonai Eloheinu V'ishtachavu Le'akodsho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. So turn to page 11 now for the Chadodi. Shabbat is now here. We are welcoming Shabbat bride into our midst. We'll celebrate with her. We'll sing to her, dance with her. So everyone has to dance. You don't have to stand on your feet if you don't want to, but you can dance in your seat, dance in your soul as we celebrate the arrival. L'chadodi l'kakala B'nei Shabbat nekabela. L'chadodi l'kakala B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad ishmi'anu Elameu echad Adonai echad U'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet ve'litila l'chadodi l'ikrat kahala B'nei Shabbat nekabela l'chadodi l'ikrat kahala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'necha ki mikor Haberacha merosh mikedem Nesucha sof ma'aseh B'machshevat tchila L'chadodi L'ikrat kahala B'nei Shabbat nekabela 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 L'chadodi l'ikrat kahala B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Number 4. התעוררי ועפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלחמי, ערבה אל נפשי גאלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Number 5. התעוררי, כי באורך אורי, שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 Number 6 on page 12. Yalai lai, yalalai, lecha dodi. Yalalai, yalalai, lecha kala. Yalalai, yalalai, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lo תבושי ולא תקרבי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי, בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר על תילי. יאללה לך דודי, יאללה לקראת כלה, יאללה פני שבת נקבלה. Number 8. ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, יד אדוני תחיצי, היד תשפן פרצי, ונשמחה ונגילה. יאללה לך דודי, יאללה לקראת כלה, יאללה פני שבת נקבלה. So we've reached verse 9. Please rise as you are able. Yalla la la la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la la la, yalla la 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 la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la, yalla la la la. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Boi l'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha ובתוכה תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקפלה לך יהודי לקראת קלה הפני שבת נקפלה ילה לה 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 yalla la 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 yalla la 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 yalla la la yalla la 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 yalla la yalla la 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 ya 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 la la yalla la 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 yalla la yalla la yalla la yalla la yalla la 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 yalla yalla la
Where is the door? Which door?
I use that door,
Okay.
but any door that you want to use.
Yeah.
As Anna's pointing out, the tradition is that we turn to the door. Actually, in some places you actually open the door, just like you open the door on Passover to let Elijah in. Right, you open the door on Shabbos to let Shabbos, in.
Right.
When you open the door, Ann, that was enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're pretty good.
All right. So Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat, page 13. Please join me in English at the top. A song for the Sabbath day. It is good to give thanks to Adonai, to sing to your name, Most High, to proclaim in the morning your kindness, your faithfulness in the nights, with 10-stringed lyre and lute, with a melody on the harp. For you have made me glad, Adonai, with your work. I will revel in the works of your hands. How great are your deeds, Adonai. Very deep are your thoughts. We'll continue silently, each by the lead. That's okay. Welcome. So good to see you. So come together on page 14, the very top of the page. Tzadikata Amar Yifra Ke'eris Balmanon Yizke Shetulim Bevet Adonai B'chatz Krot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yeduvun B'Seva T'Shenim V'Ra'ananim Yehu L'Hagid Ki Yashar Adonai Suri Velo Avatabo. Continue silently with Psalm 93 on page 14. I'm looking. Nikolot Ma'im Rabbi Madibi Mishperi Amadir B'Maram Adonai Eidotech Ne'emnu Me'od Leveitcha Nahava Kodesh Adonai Orech Yamim. We turn to page 15 for the mourner's Kaddish. This week, we remember those members of our community who passed away in this season in past years. Melvin Jacobs, Claire Goyman, Ruth Solomon, and Lucille Smallins. If someone is saying Kaddish today, please feel free.
Father Nachman and Yisrael HaKohen, not Jacob.
Not Jacobs. Anyone else? Page 15. Please rise if it's your custom to do so. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Yalama, Divrach, Yute, Yamlich, Malchute, Bechayechon, Ukemechon, Uchayedech, Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Lizman Kachim, Bimru, Amen. Yehi, Shmech, Rab, Mevarach, La'alam, Olmei, Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Vitpa'ar, Vitromam, Vitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitalev, Vitalav, Shemei de Kudsha, Barichu, La'ela min kol birchata, Shirata, Tush bechata, Benechemata, Da'amiran, Bialma, Bimru, Amen. Yehi, Shlama Rabba min Shemai, V'chaim Aleinu, Bialko Israel, Bimru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu, Bialko Israel, Bimru, Amen. So I invite you all to rise as you are able. Page 16 for the Baruch Hu as we call to prayer for the evening service. Baruch Hu et Adonai mevorach. Baruch Adonai mevorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated. Please join me in English on page 16, towards the bottom of the page on the very right-hand side. Blessed are you, our eternal God, ruler of the universe, who completed acts of creation on the seventh day and called it a pleasure, your holy Sabbath. You instituted rest for the people Israel from evening to evening. With pleasure you roll light away from darkness and darkness from before light. Blessed are you, our eternal God, who brings on the evening. Uma'avir yom u'mevi laila, uma'avdil ben yom u'ben laila, Adonai tzavot shemo, El chai v'kayam, Tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, HaMachriim Rabim. Amen. Page 17. Ahavat Olam, Rein Yisrael, Amacha, Ahata, Torah Mitzvot, Rukim Mitzvatim, Otanu Limadeta, Al Ken Adonai Eloheinu, V'shochmenu Kumenu, Nasiach Bechukecha, V'nismach B'divrei Toratecha, U'mitzvotecha, Le'olam va'ed. Ki ein chayenu, V'orech yameinu, V'orech yameinu, Uvehem negen, Yomam v'layla, Yomam v'layla. Ki ein chayenu, V'orech yameinu, Uvehem negen Yomam v'layla, V'yavatecha Al tasher mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael. Amen. So we come together for the Shema at the bottom of page 17. Some of us have the custom of saying the second line, Baruch Shem, out loud. Others of us say it silently. Please do follow the custom to which you are accustomed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Page 18. Ve'ahavta את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך ובקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. So we will now sing. If I can find it, you're going to sing Ve'ahavta, but only if I can find it.
You found it.
I found it.
Good. Thank you, sweetheart.
Don't have enough.
Love Adonai Yoda with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be on your heart, shall be on your heart. Teach them faithfully till your children speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Line for a sign on your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes, and write them on the doorpost of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, and when you rise.
Beautiful.
Turn out. Yeah, can you grab those from everybody? Jacqueline.
Oh.
Thank you, Amanda. So in the middle of page 20, Adonai Elohechem et b'machuzot v'kayam amenu ki hu Adonai Eloheinu v'einzu l'tovirato Yisrael Amo. True and reliable as always, we are certain that you are Adonai our God, and there are no others, and we are Israel your people. Continue silently for a few moments. You led your children through the split sea of reeds, and their pursuers and enemies you drowned in its depths. Your children saw your power and praised and give thanks to your name. In the middle of page 21, there's a little diamond mark, and that's where we'll start. U'malchuto v'ratzon kibalu alehem Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Israel lechanu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamaru chulam mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai mi kamocha Nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osef melech malchutecha ra'u v'necha bokei yam lifnei Moshe ze'eli anu ve'amiru Adonai imlo le'olam va'ed. Page 22. V'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov ugalo miad chazak mimenu baruch ata Adonai gal Yisrael. Amen. Ashkivein v'Adonai Elohim shalom l'amidein l'okim l'lechaim u'v'rosanenu sukat shalom lecha. Please join me on page 22 with Shelter Me with Peace. I imagine your presence as the gracious, majestic, rich green canopy of the tree, stretching upward, outward, with me nestled quietly against the sturdy trunk, resting on sweet-smelling leaves and soft moss. Keep me dry from the rains of sadness. Save me from the cold winds of doubt. Protect me from the darkness of the unknown, so that I may rise and venture forth and touch you. Your sacred breath whisks away all but the purest presence of me. Angel wings brush my face. Watch over me as a parent peers on a sleeping child. Be the presence I feel, soft, sheltering, strong, cradling me to safety. Your canopy over me, under me, surrounding me, sheltering me. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu Yal kol amo Yisrael Yal Yerushalayim. Amen. Page 23. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat l'dor hatam berit olam ha'aveni u'v'bnei Israel od le'olam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et ha'aretz u'vayom hashvi'i Shabbat Evening. I invite you to rise as you are able for page 24, the Chatzi Kaddish. After that, we'll sing the first three blessings of the Amidah, after which we will continue sound. Yitkadal, v'yitkadash, Shemei Rabba, v'yalbad yivarach hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'yomechon, u'chayedecho beit Yisrael, bagala, u'bizman kariv, v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach, la'alam al ne'amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, V'pa'ar min tromam v'yitnaseh v'yitada v'yitale v'yitala shemeda gudusha barihu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushpechata v'nechemata damiran v'yalama v'yimeru amen. Page 25, please feel free to be seated if it's more comfortable for you. Nice, but I keep talking. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Gibor HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ופוקד שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מחלקל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לי, שני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך לימית ומחייך, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. Page 27. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. We continue silently through page 31 of Taki. Turning back to page 30. Shalom Rav. And Leander, along with our social work and expressive arts therapy students, were all at Rosendale this week, and we got to see Joe and Florence, and so
It was nice.
it was great. And we saw them the day before at the little reunion. It was twice in 1 week. We had
Nice.
we had groups going over. So, but it was great to see Joe and Florence and to be reminded. These are if you didn't have a chance to know them. They were longtime residents here, and Florence used to sing before every service.
Oh, she sang
And then
so
she would
nice.
sing Shalom Rav, a different version than the one I sing. But of course, she sings much more beautifully than I do. But you have to put up with me now. So.
He missed everybody in here.
Oh, they definitely miss people a lot.
Yes.
Shalom Rav Yisrael, Nasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael, Nasim Le'olam. Ki ata melech Adon v'chol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon v'chol hashalom. Shalom Yisrael nasim le'olam. Shalom Yisrael nasim le'olam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et amecha Yisrael b'chol lev ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך נשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך נשים לעולם. Tasim le'olam, Tasim le'olam. All right, we'll turn now to page 130. As I come around the room, please feel free to share the names of those people who are in need of healing, people who are ill, and we'll sing Misha Berach.
I have a cousin in Philadelphia, Del Sears.
John Marston.
Timothy with
Okay, Abraham,
Mhm.
Carol Goldberg, and my sister Rosa.
Hopefully, as they go, and the Sheila Khan, Timus, and Fake Babbitt. Matilda, my niece,
Matilda.
Roberta, my nephew.
And Alberto. And Alberto.
So page 130. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishabera imotenu mekora beracha liavotenu. Bless the night of healing with refuah shlema. the renewal of our youth, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Wonderful to spend Shabbat evening with you, singing songs and praying a little bit and thinking a little bit about Torah. We have a very interesting Torah portion this week. We mentioned last week, right, that God says to Moses, "Go tell Moses, don't tell Pharaoh what? Let my people go." Right? Moses doesn't want to do it. God, I can't do such a thing. I can't talk. My tongue doesn't work. I'm slow of speech. I'm a mess. Send somebody else. And eventually, God convinces him, and then and lo and behold, he has, some success in telling Pharaoh, right? But does he have any success in getting Pharaoh to do what he wants?
No.
Not at all, right? So very interesting, right? That we start this new parsha this week. It's called Bo, and we start with the eighth plague. So we've already had 7 plagues, and that has not yet been enough to get Pharaoh to release. And I guess the question is, it's always interesting to me that what it says here is Vayomer Adonai el Moshe Bo el Paro ki ani hichbadeti et libo v'et lev avadav lama'an shiti ototai ele bekirbo. For Adonai said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the hearts of his courtiers, in order that I may display these signs among them, and that you may recount in the hearing of your sons and of your sons' sons how I made a mockery of the Egyptians, and how I displayed my signs among them, in order that you may know that I am Adonai." And so it's very interesting. On one hand, of course, it's very clear, right, that Moses and Aaron are not going to be successful. Why are they not going to be successful? Getting Pharaoh to let the Israelites go? I'm sorry? God interferes, right? I mean, God is hardening Pharaoh's heart the whole time, right? So it's never actually going to happen that easily, right? On the other hand, I remember when my younger son was really small. This was, let me think, this must have been 2005 or 6. It was when I was an intern at TBZ down the street and on Beacon Street. And so if it was 2005, that means 2005, 6, that means my kid was 4 or 5 years old.
Wow.
Okay? And I remember, and his name is Moses, right? My son's name is Moses, and the rabbi at that synagogue at the time was also not Moses, but Moshe. And so I remember that we were reading this parsha, right? We were reading this parsha, and Moses is on me. Moses was very funny when he was younger. He didn't like me to be in rabbi mode, right? Because that meant I was taking care of everybody in the synagogue and not taking care of him, right? So so very often I'd have to lead services with a boy, clinging on to me like a little monkey. But anyway, so this was at Kiddush after the service, and Moses is on me like this. And, as happens very often in this part of the Torah, somebody came up to me and said, "Rabbi," I mean, I wasn't a rabbi then, but they called me rabbi anyway. What's up with this, God hardening Pharaoh's heart? It's almost as though Pharaoh's not making his own decisions. Right, and this has been a a topic in thinking about this question has been a pretty significant part of our tradition for a while. Right, one way of thinking about it, right, is the idea. It's sort of like the addiction model, right? At the beginning, Pharaoh made up his own mind right? Not to let the Egyptians go. But after a while, he couldn't sort of help himself, right? And it becomes a little bit too much for him, right? The other thing to say is what my son said, out of the mouths of babes, right? When this guy, we were talking about it, and I said, well, Moses, what do you think? And he said, I don't think God is responsible for what Pharaoh does. Which I thought was a very wise, wise thing to say, right? God can harden Pharaoh's heart all that God wants to, but ultimately, who decides what Pharaoh's going to do?
Himself.
Right. And so I thought, that was probably among the wisest things I had ever heard about this question. Of course, Moses would never dream of becoming a rabbi, but he seems to have a much more rabbinical mind than I do. So, what can you do? So anyway, but I guess this gets back to this sort of notion, right? That there's all kinds of pressures on us. There's all kinds of influences on us. So many reasons that we can sort of point to. I did this because of X or Y or whatever. Right, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, right, we're the ones who have to be the ones who are responsible for ourselves. So the decisions we make are ultimately our decisions, even if it doesn't always feel like we're completely in control of them. So, I leave the words of Moses as a Shabbat blessing. May we realize, right, that we are ultimately responsible for ourselves, right, and that we always have some capacity to make up our minds how we're, maybe not what's going to happen to us, but how we're going to react to it and how we're going to respond to it. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good job.
All right. So we will turn now to page 40. Page 40. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah. Amen. Say everyone say amen.
Amen.
There we go. V'yalmad yivrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechonu v'mechonu v'chayedechu b'et Yisrael b'galav yizman v'kariv v'imru. Amen. Say amen.
Amen.
That's too soft. Say it louder.
Amen.
There we go. Yehesh shmei Rabbah mivarach la'alamu almei almaya yitbarach yitbarach yishtabach yitbar v'tramah v'naseh v'tadar v'taleh v'talal shmei lekudesha. Everyone say barichu. There we go. Barichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata dushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'yalma v'imru. Amen. Tid kabatz lo tonu v'tonu chol beit Yisrael kodam avon b'shma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shalom Rabbah v'shema v'chaim aleni v'alko Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav v'yaseh shalom aleni v'alko Yisrael v'alko yishvei tevel v'imru. Amen. I invite you to rise as you are able for the Aleinu, page 41. Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, la'tei kudula liyotzeh bereshit, shelo asanu k'gogei haratzon, v'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu b'kol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים עמם ושכינתו זו וגובה מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו ופסולתו דגלתו בתורתו וידעת היום וישיבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת פנינו. You may be seated at the bottom of page 43. V'ne'emar b'haya Adonai למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יחיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Echad. Mourner's Cottage for Anne and for Judy is on page 44. Yitgadal, Shemei Rabba, Yalama, Dibra, Chivute, Yamlich, Malchute, Bechayechon, Vyomechon, Uvchaye, Lechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvizman Karim, Vimru, Amen. Yehei, Shmei, Rabba Mivarach, La'alam, U'ameh, Amaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitromam, V'yitnaseh. Vitadar, Vitamle, Vitalav, Shemei Kudsha, Rihu. Le'ela min kol birchata, V'shirata. Tush bechata, V'nechemata. Damiran bi'olama, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemai. V'chaim aleinu, V'yalko Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mamav. Hu yaseh Shalom. Aleinu, V'yalko Yisrael, V'imru,
Amen.
So we'll conclude with Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom B'mama. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, V'yakol Yisrael, V'yimru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, V'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, V'yakol Yisrael. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. All right, so Edie is not here. Is there anyone who is willing to lead us in the Kiddush? Or is that going to fall to me? Looks like it's going to fall to me.
I guess so.
Okay. All right. So
We like when you do it.
oh, thank you. All right. Who's got the juice? Thank you, Barbara.
Wine.
Well, that's the juice.
Yes.
Leander has the wine.
Thank you. Gary's gonna get wine.
I know.
You know.
Want juice?
I'll take the juice anytime.
Quiet.
Juice. Yes.
We're gonna see for
Juice.
Wine.
No wine. I don't like wine.
Oh, this is stuck.
Juice on this.
Very strange.
Did you find something?
Look at this. It's
What?
really stuck.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Why do you think it's stuck?
I have no idea.
These glasses.
It must be someone was playing a practical trick on that.
Don't say that.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yavav ratzon nitchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikra'ei kodesh v'zecher l'tziat mitzrayim Kivanu Macharta Viota Logitashta Mikol Amim V'Shabbat Kodshecha V'Yava Ufratzon Hinchatanu Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, good Shabbos, everybody. All right, Muriel, would you like to do the honors?
Sure.
You're doing. Yeah, that's what it is. No,
Thank you, dear.
no, I always see them putting in debt, that's why.
Oh, mine was good. I liked it. Maybe this, because I haven't had any food.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry?
Okay,
Oh, she bought it.
one more and done.
We got it.
We are. Thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome.
All right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech
Moshe Lev in Haaretz.
Amen.
Great, yes.
Can I tell you something?
Now you kiss it and it'll be okay.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Thank you, dear.
Oh.
I love it.
Every Friday.
It's good.
Long day, huh?
I'm sorry.
Was it when? It was when?
Good, because it's so nice and fresh.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Oh,
and we were both on time. That was great.
Maybe the morning.
Say again?
You mean the morning?
Yeah.
I was on Sarah.
Yeah, exactly. You had no choice.
Are your parents coming? Are we gonna get to meet them?
Parents?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't think so.
because I was hoping.
Maybe.
Good.
She's good.
Oh, you did, huh?
She's been going to services every week.
Reggie is.
Oh, we found her.
Oh, that's good.
So if you haven't signed up for our Shabbat dinner next week, please do so. So we make sure we have enough food for everybody. And hoping that you'll be able to join us. It should be super fun.
Yes,
It's always nice.
It's always a nice
we
time.
have a good time.
We have a very good time. Sing.
Want me to turn your name on mine?
I know, those people signed up and put into the,
Oh, good, good, I'm glad.
Do I owe you any money?
so.
Great.
I know, sign up and put into the, so.
That's right, get it in there on time.
Yes.
All right, well, thank you.
Welcome.
All right, Bernie, good Shabbos. Thank you.
Mine's over there, but I just want.
Okay, I need
Yeah.
Good Shabbos. Eddie, great to see you.
It's always great to see you.
It's
Yeah,
past
so
due
just-
now.
Black and white is fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know, I know.
Yeah. Well, the Shabbat dinner, Friday, Saturday. But you can't set a precedent. Yeah. Thank you. What? Dinner. Oh, yeah. No, I see. I was like, really? I enjoyed it so much. I liked it also. I have a good one.
I like the idea that you like
All right, good Shabbos. Oh, this is for Edie's box. Okay. Good, right. Oh,
It was
14th,
nice to
we're
be
good?
with everybody.
Whichever day you and Neil choose is fine with me.
I bring my babies.
I know, how you feeling?
Good.
Do the same. Do the same. All right. Good night, Michelle. So good to see you. Good night. Nice to see you as always. Nice to see you. Good Shabbos, Shirley. Thank you for coming. All right. Thanks, Margaret. Good Shabbos. Great to see you as always. All right. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
What? Thank you, Jerry. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.
Patrice Holly is good.
It's very good. They do a good job. They really upgraded it a couple of years ago, and boy, oof.
And they moved the store around a little.
Yeah, exactly.
It's much, feels
Much,
much
much better.
That was very nice.
Great. Thank you, Fran. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos, Judy. See you soon.
I signed up for the dinner. It's too early for me, but I love the ambulance.
Great. Well, if you don't want to eat it, you can bring your boxes and you can bring your boxes and fill it up. And, good. All right. So this. All right. Well, thank you, Muriel,
You're welcome. Thank you,
as
Rabbi.
always.
So, Muriel,
Nice
what job? Nice job. Oh, Barbara bought that fellow. So it's like, nice job for her. Yeah. It's a nice
Well,
one.
you sang Kiddush.
Oh, yeah.
You started it.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night,
Good
Rabbi.
night. Good night.
Good
Good night. Good night. Great to see you.
Yes.
I'll get you the reservoir. Or do you want to get to the? You want to get to the C line, into the B line? D.
Reservoir, perfect.
Right.
Well, the color's so good.
That was very good, Hannah. I'm gonna give you this.
And Joe, I will say, I hope you know that I enjoy my work here.
Yeah, I know. I definitely do. I definitely do. No, it shows. It shows. And I think you had one thing I think is you enjoy it more when you do more stuff.
Yeah.
When you have more to do, you enjoy it more. So we have to work on making sure you have enough to do.
Yeah.
To figure out, I'm not always entirely sure how to do that, but we'll figure it out.